Not a break. That's good. Gives me time to set up. Mm-hmm. No worries. Gives me time to set up. Yes, my voice is back. Which is great. Because I needed to. Okay. So, today we're going to do a very chill drawing stream. I'm just gonna hang out, enjoy some chill vibes, and BGM's a bit loud, you're a bit loud. Why don't you pipe down? I'm just moving my tablet closer to me. I have a tablet where I can draw on the screen. I have a Huion Canvas 22, which means the screen, the active size is 22 inches. The actual tablet size itself is probably close to like 24, but since only it's like if I had a 22-inch monitor with extra like 2-inch with an extra inch border around it, because it needs the extra space for like and stuff. Heck. Screen tablets are really nice. I really enjoy having one. I don't know what I want to draw today. What are y'all thinking? You have the Huion pen that came with it? Yes, I do. But I have a special nib on it. It's a felt nib. So like it feels like more like a traditional marker than actual stylus. So I like it a lot. It's good to warm up with a simple drawing. So we're just going to drawing cute girls. Okay, for some reason... for some reason, Voice Meter thought my mic died. But it didn't. I really want like a lot of action here. You're muted since we mentioned the BGM? No. I've been talking about warm-up sketches the entire time and how to like warm up with sketches. Dang it. Anyway, so the point of like warm-up sketches is you know, you just like warm up your hand. You know, just warm it up. Like you would like warm up your muscles if you were about to start running, right? That's the point of warm-up sketches. So what I did was like a warm-up sketch of like a head here. You know, I'm just adding some details to that because I want to. And then you know, warm-up sketch of like some foreshortening. And then warm-up sketch of just a really quick thumbnail, not really working too hard on it. But the point of felt nip, so it doesn't scratch the screen because it has a matte protector on it, because it comes with like a matte protector installed. So that's what we're doing. I am so sorry, I didn't realize that my mixer thought that it died. That was fun. But yeah, what else? So what else is a good warm-up? So we could just do a warm-up of like a face, just like you know, I really don't focus a lot on details when you do warm-ups. You're really just supposed to warm up your wrists and your like muscle memory. And yeah, so there you go. There's like a girl thing, and we'll make her an elf. Yeah, she's an elf, so that's, we'll give her like a little braid thing here. This is, you know, how you can draw a really quick braid. And she'll have like a really dangly earring. And there you go. That's like a little warm-up sketch. We can do another one right here, where we draw little horns, little pigtails, little longer tails, little bangs. That. Yeah, you know who that is, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah, that's just warm-up sketches. That last one was a little bit of a joke. But here, let's we can look on Pinterest. Is a great way to get references for things that we want to draw. Get your next so-and-so idea. Can I just scroll through? I don't wanna. I don't want to create a Pinterest. Okay, fine. You know how to find good references? You Google what you want to search for, and you just put K-pop before it. Because they always have the best pictures, and a lot of fans take pictures of them, which is great, and it's what we need. It is a nice life hack, and it always works. I've never had it fail me. This is a good one. This isn't bad. I like this one. We'll use this one. So what we do is we paste. And we're just using this as a reference. We are not copying this directly. So I'm gonna sketch in the general head shape. The general direction the face is facing. The face is facing? Yeah. And eyes are kind of coming around like this. Now, question is, chat, who should this be? Should this be... Oh, I know who this should be. Oh yes, I know who this should be. Oh yes, construction lines are very much necessary. There we go. There we go. Ugh. Bless you, thank you. You're gonna be drawing the wife, Ivory, today. The wifery, yes, the wifery. The good old wifery. Hello, hello, I'm doing good. I am drawing my dearest wife, Ivory. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And then... There we go. What's your favorite part of the drawing process? The sketch. I love sketching. Sketching is by far my favorite. I love sketching oh so very much. Sketching is just like I get to lay everything down. I get to plan things. I get to be like, oh, that's gonna go there and that's gonna go there. And this is gonna look like this. You know, I get to start laying down the foundations of everything that's in my head. I think showing how you sketch is not necessarily important to show, but if you are going to be streaming, it's fun to show because it's fun to see how someone thinks through their process and goes, oh, maybe I need to erase that, or oh, maybe I need to focus on that more. Like right now what I'm working on is this eye, and I'm trying to make it look like, there we go, that helps. Oh no, it's got emotional damage in it. It's also good to like zoom in and zoom out of your painting so you can like see it from like multiple angles. One thing I would say for drawing faces is think of it less as, you know, drawing a face, you know, like this is a good face, you know, but like where is it? Like, don't think about drawings like this. Don't, because you're thinking about drawing symbolically. You're not drawing what's in front of you, you're drawing what's in your mind, and that's not good. Well, I mean, like, okay, obviously we all draw from our minds, especially if we don't have like real life people in front of us, but don't draw from what you think you know. Like, don't do this. When drawing digitally, it's important to recognize that what you're doing is almost the same as drawing traditionally, just with a different set of tools. So what you need to think of drawing when you're drawing, and this applies to any style, whether you're really cartoony or you're really realistic, think about what you're drawing in terms of 3D shapes, because that's what drawing is. You are interpreting 3D information in a 2D plane. So with a face, you are drawing a sphere sitting on top of what is essentially a box with a piece missing. So when you think about, you know, your drawings like your head like that, then you can draw your head from any angle. So I can draw from that angle, or I can draw it from this angle, or, you know, if we want to do something, I could draw it from this angle, And I know where everything is because I understand what a face looks like in the 3D space. This is a terrible cue, but you get what I'm trying to say. And that's why a lot of people are like, oh, I'm so bad at hands. I can't draw hands. I could never draw hands, blah, blah, blah. You can't draw hands because you think, oh, a hand is, you know, that's a hand, right? And you know, like yeah, this is a hand, but it's not a well-drawn hand. You know, think about a hand as a set of cubes and a set of cylinders. Now you can think about it as one long cylinder, or you can think about it as broken sets of cylinders, because we do have those joints in our hand. Now this is me drawing very badly because I am drawing from the imagination. I don't have a reference in front of me. And then your thumb kind of sprouts off like this. And you think about your planes, like, okay, here's a very big meaty part of the palm, this, and this comes down. And then, you know, you can sketch over it and you can go, ah, yes, 'tis a hand. But how you got there was you thought of it organically instead of thinking it symbolically. Because our human eyes, like even with this drawing, you can understand that that is a hand because you understand the symbol of a hand. You know, even that can be understood as a hand because it's the symbol of a hand. We know, like the human eye, the human brain is engineered to understand, to recognize each other and parts of each other. Because as a predator, and yes, humans are a predator, as a predator, we are engineered to understand what is a threat and what is not a threat. And we humans can identify each other very, very well using very, very limited information. And so that's why we can recognize like things like hands and eyes and faces very, very easily. And so then we start thinking about it as a symbol rather than organically, which is the combination of 3D shapes. So when you look at this, you know, yes, that is an eye. You know, like if these are the eyes you draw, that's fine. And I'm not saying that this is a bad way of drawing eyes. I'm just saying it's an example of drawing an eye symbolically versus, you know, being like, okay, here's an eyeball. Here is the eyelid, you know, stretching over it. And then, you know, you have a tear duct there. And then the other eyelid comes around and there are eyelashes, and I'm just simplifying the eyelashes for the purpose, but you know, you could do the eyelashes. And then you know, your pupil will be like right around here, and then you have your iris, and then you have your hand. And so I thought about the eye not as the symbol, but as an organic creation. So I would, you know, it's very hard to turn off the predator part of your brain that wants to recognize things, that wants to that wants to recognize things as, oh, that's a human, oh, that's a hand, oh, that's a head. You need to turn that off. And it's very, very hard, but you need to turn that off and go, that's not a hand, that's not a face, that is a collection of 3D shapes. And something I really like about Clip Studio, for example, and I have a ton of these downloaded, and I love them, and I am not going to apologize for having them, but like here is a 3D model of a woman. It's not a great 3D model, but it's a 3D model, and you know, like, you look at it and you go, yeah, and then you can sketch over and go, yep, here's her nose, and she'll look like this, she'll have like a little frowny face, and she'll look down, and she'll be super sad. And she'll look super sad. Draw like big swooshy anime hair around her. She's so sad and stuff, and oh no, baby, little nostrils there. And then we take the 3D head away and what we drew underneath, and like, yeah, that's pretty good. Kind of because I didn't really care about it, but it shows you like 3D, using 3D references is very good. Let me pick up one I actually like to use. Oh, here's a good one. I really like this one. So I will pose it, I'll turn it around. And I can even go down here and I can go like, oh, I don't want a light source on it. Or no, I want the light source to be like right here. There we go. And so yeah, you can think about this symbolically and like trace over it. And that's totally okay. And I'm going to show you what that's like if I just trace over it and be like, yeah, I know what I'm doing here. Woo. Yeah, I want like that. Like that. Like he's a swooshy hair. He's going to be like, and if we take that away, oh, I need to draw on the ear. Ear. And if we take that away, yeah, we have a good tracing of it, but what did we learn? We didn't really learn anything from this experience. However, if we use this as a learning tool, we go, okay, we see a sphere here. And then we see like a plane being like wrapped around his face. This is a plane wrapping around his face. Like a folded piece of paper. Can you see the folded piece of paper? And then it's like it's being like cut off here and curved. And like it's cut like this, so we extend it. And so now we understand how his face is turning. Okay, his face is turning like this. And then he has this indentation here, so it's like we're cutting out a bit of the sphere here. So it's like we're going, and then it's jutting out. And that's another thing. You know, understanding where the bridge of the nose is. Okay, so his nose is kind of acting like this. And then his eyes go in again for the eye socket. Okay, so we have some eyes here. Okay. You know, there's an eye socket there. There's a little eyelid. Because, you know, you can sketch in the brows because, you know, kind of know where the brow bone is. And as you follow your nose, you trace it down, you're gonna find your Cupid's bow. And that's where you can do a little thing. Do that on the other side. And ears are hard. You kind of just need to look at ears. I hate ears. But that's just because I haven't studied them enough. And then the neck is just an easy cylinder. And then we can plop on some pupils there. And then, so take a look at this drawing that we looked at and studied versus, you know, this drawing that we kind of just traced over. It's the exact same model in the exact same position, but, you know, one of these looks, you know, more like a study, more like an original drawing than this. Now, if you layer them together, it kind of looks like I have an actual drawing. Well, that's the thing. You need to study the construction lines are very important, and even if your style isn't super realistic, I think that studying from life and studying from real anatomy is very important. And that's why even with Ivory's drawing, you know, like, I obviously am not drawing a realistic K-pop girl. I don't know who the reference we used is, but I apologize. I no hate intended. I just don't know. But no, I'm not using a very realistic style. I'm being very, like, cartoony. But I know from my experience from studying anatomy where my construction points are, like, what are some areas that I need to, like, pay special attention to, and things like that. So that was a quick drawing class with Eris. I am feeling a lot better. I've been sleeping a lot. I've been taking vitamins. I am feeling a lot better. Thank you so much for asking. And I'm drinking a lot of water. I am finally over my 3-week cold. So now I'm just gonna go with an eraser and I'm just gonna clean up some things. Like, I just want to clean up my sketch a little bit. Sometimes I go into line art, sometimes I just take my sketch and I just use that. Just really depends on what I'm thinking in the moment. I kind of just really go with the flow with a lot of my drawings because I have found that I have more fun that way if I kind of just turn off my brain. Because if I think too much about something, I stop having fun with it. And that's kind of when a drawing dies, is when you stop having fun with the drawing. And, you know, obviously if you're doing drawing for, like, a job, you can't just quit. But it's important to take breaks. It's important to recognize when you need to stop, things like that. I think it could happen with any type of project. You just see it happen a lot with commissions, but I feel like it could even happen with, like, fan art. Like, if you just get really tired of drawing one character, but it's what you're famous for, that can get really, like, lonesome and tiresome. You just go like, man, I just really wish I could stop drawing this character, but you can't. I don't want her looking at the camera. I want her like looking off to the side, like staring off into the distance. Yeah, there we go. So we're just putting in some final touches for her, for the sketch here. What I'll do is like right here, I'll just create a separate window for the illustration, so I can just view it on a separate thing. I'm glad that I'm glad you're joining iPad. iPad's a great tool. I draw on my iPad a lot. I just haven't found a way for me to since well, actually I can't use my iPad to draw on during streams because it's what I use for face tracking, so I can't use my iPad. But I do love drawing on my iPad a lot. So now we're at the point where I am cleaning up the sketch. I want some more clarity in pieces and areas that I think are important. I'm gonna drag this over a little bit. There we go. And so I think we're ready to go into I can either line art this, or I can like render this out. And each way has a little different technique. And I'll just show you like how I do renders, because that's just quicker for me, in all honesty. So what I'll do is I'll turn the opacity down a little bit, or actually no, that. So what I'll do is I'll just clean up my sketch. I'll just clean it up a lot. And it just comes from practice, you know, like quote unquote smooth sketches just comes from practice and like knowing what needs to be put down. I feel like a lot of mistakes inexperienced artists make is that their sketches are, yeah, it's normally just trying to figure everything out, and that's okay. As you start getting more experienced with what you're drawing, your sketches will start becoming clearer because you will know what you're drawing. So I'm just erasing some things, I'm just cleaning up some areas. I'm really just cleaning up my sketch. I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm just trying to make it like cleaner. And that's just a tool you can use instead of just like, oh, I need to draw over and over again. No, sometimes you can just erase. Erasing is oftentimes just as useful as drawing. No one's art is going to be as good as another person's. You know, something Mama Eldritch tells me a lot is that in life, there are always going to be people who are better than you, and there are also going to be people who are worse than you. Comparing yourself to another person is useless, because you're either better than them or worse than them. So what? You are where you are. What matters is, are you going to improve? Or are you going to just, you know, let another person be better than you? That sounds kind of mean and spiteful, but it's true. You know, like, if someone's worse than you, then that's okay. You know, like, maybe you could help and teach them. If someone's better than you, that's also okay. What can you learn from them? What are they doing that you're not? So I feel like that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so now that my sketch is done or cleaned up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a reference layer, and I'm going to make a layer underneath it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a color from Ivory, gonna change it a little bit. And then on this color, I'm gonna take this brush, but this is like a magic fill brush. And then boom, see, filled in. Bada bing, bada boom. Crazy. And this I don't want filled in. And this I don't want filled in. Oops. And this I want filled in. And this I want filled in. And there we go. There is our base layer done. Or base color done. Now what I'll do is I will take a basic brush and I'll just start laying down my colors. So it's like, okay, this is gonna be Ivory's skin tone. I'm gonna paint it everywhere where I can see her skin. Now I'm using this with the base color in mind, and it's helping me keep things like keep things together. And that's really all where her skin is. So I think someone's tossing trash outside. I was like, is someone knocking on my door? No, I just think someone's tossing out the trash. And so next we can paint her hair. I'm gonna make like a darker color than it actually is, because I want this to be like a very like dark piece. And so I'm gonna paint in her darker hair. And I change my brush size depending on like how defined I want to be. And since the hair layer is on top of since her hair layer is on top of her skin color, I need to keep that in mind. So I need to like paint. We need to make sure I'm not painting over the skin. So for Clip Studio Paint, I don't think a tool like this exists in Procreate yet. I know that's a popular tool for I know that's a really popular tool for iPad users, and like I love it, don't get me wrong. But so how you use it is you draw line art, and I'll just draw it with really thick and clear lines so you can see. So I'm gonna draw Ori. After I finish teaching this real quick, but yes, and I break in a minute. I'll let you know there. Thank you. So this is our drawing of Ori, and as you can see, all our line art is closed. There are no openings. So you set this to reference, which is going to be, you can't really see it, but it's a lighthouse on Clip Studio Paint. You're going to set it as your reference layer. You're going to create a layer underneath. So this is our line art layer, and this is our color layer, and that'll be underneath. You can select this tool, and it's on the Clip Studio Asset Store. I don't know how to describe it because the name's in Japanese, but it's like really, really useful. And if you search up like Clip Studio fill tool, it'll show up because it's really popular. But you can actually just create a tool, and I think this is honestly kind of like it. So it's like close and fill. So I'll just do white hair, and you just kind of circle underneath it and it'll fill in, and then you circle underneath it, it'll fill in, circle underneath it, fill in. And I think you can do different colors with it. Yeah. Circle under, circle around, fill in, fill in, fill in, and fill in. So that's how that works. And then you take the line art off, and obviously it didn't fill over the line art. This tool, the Japanese tool that I'm actually like covering up, the Japanese tool will fill in underneath the line art, which is useful. So I don't know the Japanese name for it. I'm really sorry. But if you just look up like Clip Studio Paint fill tool, if you like Google it, it'll tell you like what it is because it's really, really popular. So that's how you do that. Yeah. So anyway, back to Ivory's hair. Oh, and now you can do an eye break bear. Thank you so much. After the eye break, I'll probably be finished with Ivory's hair, and I'll tell you what where we'll go next. See you in 30 minutes. Hope you don't get this question a lot, but how long you draw? How long have I been drawing? I've been drawing ever since I was a little baby Eldritch. I've been drawing since I was a little baby. And I love drawing a lot. If I wasn't a fortune teller, I would probably be a artist. I also love fortune telling, don't get me wrong. But drawing's really fun too. You're not both? No, people, I tried drawing people's futures, but people didn't like that, so I stopped. I no longer offer that service. I tried being a fortune-telling artist, so... So you're the fortune or the emperor? I am a fortune teller. I'm an eldritch fortune teller, which means I'm really good at foretelling the end of time. Mwahaha. Or something like that. I got my fortune telling. Oh, so am I the Wheel of Fortune or the Emperor? I was referring to the tarot cards. I think I'm actually closer to death. Because I represent change, baby. And that's what death represents. Change. I had a reading done over Christmas time. It was very interesting. Really? How cool. Yeah, no, I canceled the drawing fortune telling. People didn't like them. They're like, no, I don't like seeing my future. It's like, well, you paid for it. What am I supposed to do? Another thing I like to keep in mind when I'm drawing is not to use pure white or pure black in my drawings. I find that using pure white or pure black in your drawings makes things very bland. So I'm glad that you found it useful. Then do this for her little charm. And finally, we can indent her eyes. I want her eyes to be like really striking. So I'll definitely use a more saturated color for that because I really want it to pop. And so again, see here, I don't know if you can see it that well, but I'm not using pure white. I'm using more of like a light yellow almost as the whites of her eyes, quote unquote. Because if I did pure white, it would drown her out. And then on her skin right here, I'll do a little multiply layer. And I'll go down and I'll do like a very light dusty pink, and I'll just pick a big brush and I'll just paste some blush on her cheek just to give some life to her, just a little bit. And I'll do a little bit on her lips. An important thing to know about rendering and like drawing like this is that I'd honestly say a very important thing is to like start big then go small, you know. Like I started big with like a big brush and I just kind of like dabbed down some color. And then what I did was I like went in with an eraser and I erased away a little bit of it to like really define down what I'm using. Then I'll come in with a blending brush and I'll just blend this out a little bit to make the lips look really soft. And I'll even use an airbrush. I don't like using an airbrush half the time, but that is only because I find it to be not very useful for my purposes. However, it's very good for doing things like this where you want to add some nice big blush. So now I will go to a linear burn layer instead of a multiply, and I'll turn the opacity down to like 70. I'll pick some colors, and now this is going to be my shadow layer. So I will start going in with some big shadows where I want the shadows to be. Like right around here. I've stopped using multiply layers for this, but I think multiply layers are also very good when you're starting out. It's, you know, but also play with layers, play with the different layer types, because, you know, they're all very like, I don't know like the technical explanation for all of them. I just like play with them and I go, oh, I like how that effect looks. Oh, I like how that turned out on that one. So I'm really trying to get a lot of focus around her face, and most definitely her eyes. And how you do that is to make a very stark contrast. So if we have a lot of like shading around her face is gonna immediately pop out more. And You know, I hate it when you look at something on one monitor and it looks fine, and then you look on another monitor and it looks like poo-poo. That's what I'm realizing. But it's okay. We're gonna keep going. You are your own worst critic, after all. No, I don't like that. And since this is like, this is just a really like simple drawing, I'm not gonna worry too much about overall shading. Then we can go in with a color dodge layer. And I'll go with a more saturated color, and I'll start painting in like highlights. So again, you know, I don't want there to be a lot of contrast between so what I'll do is I'll take these. What I'll do is I'll go to edit, tonal correction, contrast, and I'll turn the contrast down, because I actually don't want there to be a lot of highlights on the hair. Not really. I'll just go shade a little bit here and there, and erase it to create this little thing. There are calibration tools for monitors. I know they're expensive, crazy expensive. And then finally, we're going to do vivid light. I'm going to take like a nice orange and take the airbrush tool, and we're just going to like add some life to her skin. Oh, Ivory. Oh, hi there. How long have you been here? Apparently, I've been here the whole time. What is your commission to draw the best sexy figure? Solid $2, baby. I love you too. Yeah, I love you too, Ivory. Yeah, dude. $2. $2.
Best $2 spent.
Alright, you asked for it. There you go. I know, so lewd. It's a dakimakura, you know, like it's this the pose on the bed. You see. There you go. Also, now's a good time to paint in the background. Do I have? No. We don't have those in Lumiere, which really stinks. Uh... And then what we do is I take my background and I just kind of hide it. I do merge visible to new layer. And I take everything here, I add it to a subfolder, and I just hide it. Because I feel like it's important to keep things separated, but also, yeah. And then now, what I can do is I just really quickly, I can go in, I can clean things up. It's like, okay, I want this to look more finished here. I want to erase things here. This needs to be filled in. We can cut down on this a bit, shape this up, smooth that over. That can, blend with that. Then we erase this. We can clean this up right here. So, like, cleaning up doesn't involve a lot. I'm not cleaning up everything. I'm just cleaning up the stuff I want to clean up. Because a lot of the stuff will honestly continue to look like unfinished, quote unquote. That's okay with me. Point of this isn't to make it look finished. Point of this is to have fun with the drawing and take it as far as I want it to go. Sometimes the farthest you can go with a painting, or as far as you want to go with the painting, is just a sketch. It's okay. Doesn't make it any less of a drawing. Not by a long shot. I'm gonna draw in a few extra strands of hair here and there. And I can, just play around a little bit, do some fun stuff here and there. And see how, like, as soon as I added the shines, she looked more alive. It's amazing what a little eye shine will do. But I kind of like her without the eye shine. She kind of looks more like dangerous that way. But I do want to add some sparkle, so maybe I'll just add like a little... What? Bear? What? Yeah, no shine means danger. Nice spoiler. It's okay. I'll act surprised. Shh, I didn't see anything. I have a feeling I'm about to get raided. Just a hunch. Just a smackaroony of a hunch. Oh! Thank you, Kalea, for the raid. Thank you for following Royal Stride. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are drawing Ivory. I saw the future. Yes, I saw the future. That's how I know. That's exactly how I knew. We can go in with add in some highlights. How was your stream, Kalea? How was your stream, wifey? Gotta work on the VTuber model? Nice. I am drawing our queen. Talked about FNAF. We love FNAF. We love FNAF in this house. My art is so pretty. Thank you. Your art's pretty too. All art is pretty. Thank you for following, Just Fixel. Reverse Strawberry. Oh, that's right, I forgot her. Both diamonds. Yeah. You'll never improve if you don't start. Very wise words. And now we're just kind of cleaning up, doing our final touches. Any last pieces we want to do. Kind of using a rougher brush for this because I'm just playing around at this point. But no one comments how uneven my diamonds are. That sounds like a you problem. Just kind of adding more red to it since it wasn't super red. And we can kind of shape it back down. Then merge visible to new layer again. But now I can go to auto actions. I go to my fun little auto actions that I've downloaded. It's gonna say, oh, you can't merge down. I go, that's okay. I go, hey, do this other one. Okay. So we set this one to like around 30%. And then this one. I know we don't want it like that. Set this one to like 5. This one will be on overlay. This one's gonna be on like soft light. I am feeling very good. Thank you for asking. And then ta-da! That's pretty much our finished piece. It's done. And so, you know, this is what it looks like without the filters on. And this is what it looks like with the filters on. Pretty cool, right? So one last time, I merge everything to a new layer. And I'm gonna go to a Liquify Tool, and I'm just gonna change a couple things that I don't like. Here we go. So see, like that's a little bit of liquify versus no liquify. Yeah. And that's it. Is Miss Ivory. And so we did, this is like a couple lessons in like drawing, and like we did a 3D model study and like a study versus tracing. We did a lewd stick figure, and then actually underneath all this, there was the original sketch that we did. And where's the sketch actually? And then this was like the very original sketch. And then we also did some warm-up sketches at the very beginning. Warm-up sketches are very important. And these are 2 references. We used this for like the head and stuff, and then we used Ivory's reference for her reference. So like sketch, final piece. Ta-da! I feel like her chin got bigger. Woo! Okay, now let's see who is... I'll put this in the official Discord and stuff after the stream. But first, let's see who we're gonna raid. Ah! Awawa is dying. Yes. Ooh, there's also... We're gonna raid Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Matsuro Meru. She's from Sundaria. And she's a very sweet person. So we're gonna raid her. And next stream will be, let me check my Twitter. I really need to put this in my calendar. Next stream will be Thursday at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. 8 p.m. Bleh. No, 10 p.m. EST, and I'll be reading user submitted fanfiction, and I'll put up the form for that. I'll be reading like self-insert, and I want it to be like really cringy, like make it like really funny. So yeah, just any fanfiction. It could be from like any fandom, like Sherlock, Doctor Who, Supernatural, just like any like self-insert reader fanfic. So let me set up the raid. Any rules? Keep it safe for work. Keep it safe for stream. But yeah, I will see y'all later. Bye bye. Salve Eris.